Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei, because today we're going to be looking at the top 31 most requested blockwars newcomers according to the Reddit. Shout out and a thank you to IsItVid, the person who incentivized making this list and is the person who gathered all the information for pretty much the entirety of January and a little bit of February to ask the blockwars Reddit, which, for reference, by the way, it's obviously like a smaller community, so some of the answers might look a little silly, but at least a very relevant community for Block Wars got asked, hey, who do you want to see in the event? And we're going to look at the results. I'm not looking at the post itself yet because that shows all 31 people, but I have a little text document where we can go through everything. So first of all, let me play this in the meantime, in the background, and we'll get to number 31, which was Hungrybox. We're doing this in opposite chronological order. So this is going from most recent edition to, I guess, the top, right? From the bottom to the top. Hungrybox, if you're not familiar, Smash or like platform fighting game streamer, most notably known for Jigglypuff in Smash Bros. Melee, and someone who I actually previously not tried to get, but like mentioned, not, I don't know if it said it publicly, but like someone I actually am interested in getting in. I don't expect him to be down because he is almost exclusively a like fighting game creator. However, if he is interested, I am not saying no. So I think HBox would be really cool, and yeah, that's number 31. Moving further along, you guessed it, CaseOh, which honestly, I'm surprised that CaseOh is at number 30 and not way higher. He is notoriously mentioned as like, obviously CaseOh's a very popular streamer. I said, I was thinking of saying huge, massive, and big, and that would be interpreted incorrectly. He's a very popular streamer. One of the most popular on all of Twitch and in streaming in general, and makes sense to obviously be requested to be in an event. Again, I would love to have CaseOh in. I don't think he would ever play, because I'm fairly sure his stream times are significantly later than when Block Wars happens, and number 2, we don't know him, so there you go, but it would be very cool. And then moving along, we have Steven Suptic, who I'm not sure exactly what Steven is all known for. I know he plays in some of the like deception games like Among Us, like morning lobby stuff, and obviously he played at MCC as well, so he should be familiar with at least part of the roster. I think it'd be fun to have him in. I know I think Shane and Anthos both like him, so maybe we could get him in at some point. That'd be cool, I guess, right? So there you go. Steven Suptic at number 29. Moving along, you have number 28 is Zuma Void. X would be interesting. I don't think he would play. Maybe he would be down. I just don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of the Hermits have the mentality of sticking to MCC, which is totally valid, of course, right? If I was an MCC player, I'd probably also stick to MCC, and if I'm not like super into events, at least, I'd probably also just stick to whatever I've already got. But, I mean, X could be interesting, maybe. I don't know how well he would fit in. This kind of applies to some of the other Hermits as well, because the way the roster is currently built is not necessarily, like, the most Hermit and Friends-esque roster we can have, which is kind of apparent from the people that do play, being, like, Joel and Cub being two of the more outgoing Hermits, right, who are currently in. So, I don't know if X would play, but, I mean, I'm not saying no. If he wants to play, sure, sounds good, man. Next up, we have ITMG, which I'll just say is not happening. I do know ITMG. It's the first person so far that I actually, like, know, in terms of, like, I have contact with them, probably, in some way. Actually, not probably, I just do. But ITMG doesn't talk, so that's not happening. ITMG is known nowadays mostly for the Parkour Warrior courses on MCCI, at least within our community, but also blew up for the winning Sky Wars with a certain type of song like series in the past, where they do like Bad Guy or like Hotline Bling or something, right, from like Billy and Drake on note blocks. So yeah. Here you see me play Dropper in the background, nice. Next up is Doug, which if you've followed closely with me, at least, you'll know that Doug is someone we've tried to get in the past and someone who we have now confirmed to not be able to get anymore. Not because there's any drama or anything, but just because he is not interested in Minecraft. So not happening. But Doug, very cool. If you are not aware of Doug and you're not like super tied to just Minecraft content and are willing to explore a little bit further, I highly recommend Doug's YouTube channel. He is very funny. I love Doug. He's great. Moving along, Chilled Chaos, another person who has played at MCC before. I think Chilled would be someone that potentially could end up making an appearance in Block Wars. Obviously, there's a certain group of people that he's friends with who have played in Block Wars before, and I think it could happen. I do think it is possible. I don't think it's likely at all, but it is possible. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Chilled, I also am not super familiar with Chilled. I know of Chilled, of course. I know he also plays Deception games from time to time, but he's not in like Morning Lobby. He just does like Town of Salem, I think, sometimes, or something along those lines, right? So yeah, fun person to have in regardless, though. Chilled seems like a very bubbly personality. I think he's great. Moving along, Philza Minecraft. Again, if you followed the Wolfeei YouTube channel, you'll know that I love Philza Minecraft. Well, more so used to. Nothing happened. I just don't watch Minecraft content anymore. But back in the day, like late, maybe like it's like late COVID or just after COVID era is when I was watching Philza Minecraft pretty regularly, and Phil's awesome. Like Phil's a super nice guy. I've gotten to the opportunity to speak to him. I've spoken to him in voice once. I've spoken to him in text, I think, once or twice. And super nice guy, and I love him for that, of course. Just I always respect when creators who are like objectively bigger than other creators don't take that and as like an advantage thing. They don't take advantage of being that much bigger. So super high respect for Phil, and also just how he handles himself and others on the internet, I think, is great. Of course, Phil would be really fun to have in if he wants to play. I'm not saying no. Same thing with a lot of these people, honestly, is if he shows interest, I'm not declining the offer. I just don't expect him to be very interested in playing anything but MCC unless it's like a Twitch Rivals or like a Techno event or something like that, right? So that's that. Moving along, we have number 23, Talking Mime, from HBG, House Builder Gang, speedrunner, if you're not aware. I don't think this is happening, but it's funny that Mime is on here, and I mean, that's kind of it, really. It's funny that Mime's on here. There's another entry very high on the list that I think is very silly, but this one in particular is great. I mean, I think I've spoken to Mime during House of Nightmares, and that's about it. So, yeah. Talking Mime. All right. Further along we move as I try to figure out how this thing works. Okay, so I'm going to just have to start scrolling now. Boom! Number 22, Tango, which I assume is Tango Tech. Sorry. Oh! Tango Tech. Which, obviously, Hermitcraft member. Kind of similar to X. I would expect Tango to maybe be more, like, sticky to MCC, but maybe if there's, like, a rookies Hermitcraft team, I could see Tango being down. Same with X. I mean, I think either way for both of them, that might be an instance where they would be open to maybe giving it a shot. But I think, considering how long it took for them to make an appearance in MCC, I don't think Block Wars is going to be as able to get those people to play immediately, right? I think it would take a little bit of more development within the Minecraft and Hermitcraft player base to get someone like Tango Tech involved. But I do think Tango is very cool. I discovered him maybe like a year and a half ago. I've known of him for a bit, but I never checked him out. But Tango is also someone who I think is great. He seems very nice. I think personality-wise is great, and it kind of applies to a lot of the Hermits, right? I don't watch Minecraft content, but like they're cool. They're cool people. So sure. Moving along, we have PM7, who is a Poketuber. I'm fairly sure. I think PM stands for Pokemon. I could be wrong. PM7 would be fun. I do know that him. I don't remember. I know that it was him, Purple Cliff, and MNJ TV that used to do content, but I know that they don't do it all together anymore because of some drama reasons or something. However, PM7 could be fun. I mean, I haven't really looked into PokeTubers too much. I do have a small handful of PokeTubers that I either used to watch or still watch to this day, that I would really like to have involved. If you've checked out the Wolfeei But More channel, you'll know that on that list is Johnstone, who I don't think is on this list, but Johnstone, probably my favorite PokeTuber right now. I think he's awesome. He seems really cool, and I would love to have him involved. I don't know if he plays Minecraft, but I think that would be super cool. So yeah, PN7 as well, though. Sure, I mean, could be fun. I'm not opposed. Just like anyone else. Kind of same with, I guess I'll throw Purple Cliff into the mix as well, because I don't know if he's on this list, but yeah. Moving along, Grian. Look, Grian, Hermitcraft member, obviously you know who Grian is. As much as I would love to have Grian in, I don't think it's happening, because I don't think he would want to. He barely even plays MCC, because he's only interested in like half of the MCCs, maybe. And then Block Wars is less appealing generally for the Minecrafters, I think. Or at least for some reason that whole stigma exists that it's less appealing, which honestly, sure, right, fine. I don't think he would want to play, so. But maybe, hey, if he's down, obviously, I'm not saying no. Next up, thank you. Alpharad, Jacob Alpharad even. Probably one of the longest running content creators that I've consistently kept watching. I used to watch Jacob, well, not, sorry, I still watch Jacob to this day. I now mostly watch the, like, Alpharad, Gold Plus, Platinum, whatever it's called, and also the ones where he uploads the Among Us things. Those are great. But I started watching Alpharad for Smash Bros. Back in the day. He's like the main guy that I would look into for like Smash Bros. Content in terms of when like characters got released for Smash 4 or for Ultimate and stuff like that. And he's amazing. I know obviously his friends. I don't know him. I don't think he likes Minecraft, so I don't think he would want to play. But he is somewhat possible to at least ask. So maybe, that's a big maybe, but like I mean I would love to have Jacob in. I think it'd be super cool. Obviously him and like Jaden together, for example, right, would be a great duo, maybe for like a charity event or something along those lines. But I don't think he'd want to play, so that's kind of the consensus I've reached for that one. Moving further along, we have Spiffing Brit, who I mostly know of for, obviously he played in Jingle Jam in an MCC ages ago, like late 2020, I think. But I mostly know of him for his like breaking YouTube series, technically. He's made a few videos where he like tries to break the algorithm by, for example, this is like a bug that used to exist where, I don't know if it was him or someone else, but I think he at least talked about it. There was someone who would post a video that is slowed down in editing, like by like 2 times, and then on YouTube, you 2x it, or the other way around. It was either you 2x it the video and you get faster watch time or something. I don't know. It's like a video that's 20 minutes in like video length, but it's slowed down, like it's 50% speed, and then if you 2x the speed on YouTube, I think it's still counted for the whatever. Anyways, Spiffing Brit, sure, I mean, could be fun, potentially. I mean, sure, yeah, I mean, I'm down. he's on my list of maybe, because I know of him, right? That's kind of my list. If I know of people and I'm like, could be fun, they're on my list, pretty much. So yeah, Spiffing Brit. Moving along, I'm gonna have to speed things up a little bit. Skizzleman, Impulse and Skiz, you'll know who he is. I think he is one of the more likely Hermits to potentially be down, especially with Impulse potentially being interested as well, because if you don't know already, Impulse is at least confirmed to be in the Discord. We just don't know if he'll ever play, because there's a couple people who are in the Discord who haven't played yet, so we'll see if they'll end up playing at some point. Skiz could be paired up with Impulse on like a Minecrafter team, sure. Moving along, Ludwig, he's huge. We have contact with Ludwig. But one thing that you might need to remember and specifically realize is that a lot of these streamers are busy and their main priority is not Minecraft or Minecraft events. And that kind of applies mostly to Ludwig because he is a very busy guy. He has a lot going on, and I don't know if he would have the time to play in a Block Wars. But maybe. I mean, the interest potentially is there at least. We just need to cook something up to maybe make it happen one day. So, yeah. Moving along, RTGame would be super cool, known for a bunch of variety of content. I think I mostly have seen RTGame in the context of Nintendo content, but obviously he's also played in MCC a couple times, and it would be really fun. I think he'd be cool to have in. Furthermore, you got Canadian, who I'm not super familiar with. I've seen the name because people keep mentioning Canadian. If I remember correctly, they do like escape room Minecraft videos, something like that. I can't really comment on how likely it would be for them to play because I don't really know them, but I'll just say that considering I don't really know them, they're not on my list to invite. But maybe we have a moment where they could make an appearance at some point. I don't know. Next up is Pearl. I don't think Pearl would play Block Wars because she also seems like someone who would more so stick to MCC, and even in MCC she doesn't play every event, so just another hermit that I don't really think would pop out of that bubble of MCC events, right? I don't think Pearl's played any other Minecraft events besides MCC, so or at least not recently, so I don't think it would happen. Next up is Chibidoki. I think the first VTuber mentioned so far, I could be wrong by the way, maybe there is a VTuber that I just forgot is a VTuber and just named differently. Chibidoki, I'm very sure is a VTuber at least. I've heard the name from Anthos. I know they are relatively big and could be fun if they're down. VTubers for us are always going to be like a big question mark in terms of how likely it is for us to be able to invite them, because we kind of sometimes randomly just get contact with them because we just do sometimes. So I don't know. So maybe I'd be open for it. I know Anthos would be as well. Next up is Jeremy. Jeremy, I know, has been pretty highly requested to make an appearance, especially after I team with him in MCC. I think it'd be fun, potentially to give him a chance to play at some point. However, he is someone I don't really know like how to handle in terms of team making. I'm sure Jeremy would be down to kind of be on a team with anybody, for the most part at least, or maybe like one person he knows. But even then, I don't really know what I would do. So maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe. Moving along, we got top 10 coming in. Mythical Sausage. I think it's possible. I mean, he's on the Realm. There's a couple people from the Realm in the event. He knows a couple people in Block Wars regardless. Some of the player managers as well. Maybe. He's not on the list of like planned invites, but if there's ever a moment for us to be able to slot him in and he's like a person we could ask, then maybe. I mean, I could see it happen at some point. Next up is Sasha, or Vixella. I have asked Sasha in the past. I don't remember if she responded to me, but Sasha, I would like to have in. Sasha, same with a lot of these people. I know Sasha, actually. I have contact with Sasha. I met her in House of Nightmares and then spoke to her at TwitchCon EU after winning MCC. And she seems great. I mean, she seems super nice and really fun. So maybe. I mean, if she's down, of course, yeah. We could make it happen at some point. Next up is Impulse. Already spoke about Impulse. Confirmed to be in the Discord. We'll just see if he actually ever signs up or responds in time to play. So yeah, well, we'll see. Next up is Jaden. Jaden, I also already mentioned in regards to what's it called? Jacob. Jaden, known for animations. Shocker. Newsflash. Would be fun though. I mean, Jaden is also someone I've watched for a long time. I don't watch Jaden much in the recent times, but I used to watch Jaden and I forgot his name. The other one's out together a lot. They're great. So yes. Moving along, SB737. He's in Hermit or not Hermit. He's in Lifesteal. Played in MCC, makes sense. I think a lot of what you're going to see here is in terms of Redditors, there's going to be a lot of overlap from the MCC Reddit, which is mostly talking about people like SB or like Lifesteal or like Hermitcraft, and you're seeing that on this list a lot. You don't see much Lifesteal because Lifesteal already is in blockwars very actively. Obviously, SB is a Lifesteal member, but I don't think SB is in this list because of Lifesteal. I think he's in this list because of the MCC Reddit. But regardless, maybe. I just don't want to add too many good players. I've kind of effed up a little bit recently because, like, you know, we got a lot of people, and there's still more people that, like, I kind of want to have in at some point. So might have to figure something out for how we're gonna handle that roster. It's look, man, being an organizer is fun, but very difficult sometimes. Next up is Etho. Do I even need to explain why that would be cool? Sure. Do I know Etho? Like, kinda. Not really. I just know him on MCCI. I don't even know if he has me added on MCCI, but we talk sometimes, so I don't know. Seems, I mean, obviously Ethos, great. Legendary content creator, would be fun. So yeah. Next up, May. This is the one I was talking about with, what a silly inclusion. I know this is, I don't remember who pitched May, but, I mean, May would be very possible to put in. I don't know how likely I can actually make that happen, but, I mean, most likely I could see May maybe being in an Origins. That's probably very doable. If that suffices the requirements, then sure. I think May in Origins, very doable. May in main event, a little difficult because of how main event works, but yes. Moving along, we got Scar. Scar at number 3, another Hermitcraft member who obviously very popular and very active in MCC. I think Scar might be another Hermit who would potentially be down for more Minecraft event stuff, but I don't know how likely it is for him to say yes, unless it's like a Hermitcraft rookies team or something along those lines, right? So we'll see. That was the number 3, so number 2 is Silver. Which I'm aware, obviously, that people want to see Silver. I've said this plenty of times. I don't just say this because I don't want to invite people. I say this because I literally can't. Silver would be in if I didn't have already 50% too many top players, probably. Because Silver's a nice guy. I'm sure he'd be fine to have on teams. He'd be a helpful teammate, I think, probably. He is absolutely insane at the game. Like, Feinberg tier player, pretty much. Or at least, like, Purpled or Shane tier player. And we don't need, well, not necessarily we don't need more of those. I literally shouldn't invite more of those people because of how many people get benched right now. If I added Silver, he would probably get benched pretty often too, but others would get benched even more, and I cannot do that. I honestly have too many people to the point where, like, I should probably figure out a way to either purge part of the roster, which will never go over well, or figure something else out, maybe make people play, like, maybe I would just do an event where I'm like, you guys get to play one time, and then I don't have to worry about it. I don't know, man. It's so hard. Also, last player is Gem. Gemini Tay, number 1. Gem seems nice. I like Gem. Would be very cool to have in. But, yeah, as you can see, here's the list. It's, they said, hi, Wolfeei Muggle Mail viewers. Hey, guys, say hello to Is It Vid. Yeah, this is the result of the list. The top most requested people to join blockwars. It's a mix of people that are unrealistic to join, people that are very unlikely but maybe possible to join, people that that would be easy to add in terms of them being interested but not really easy to justify adding, or people that I don't know. That's kind of it. People that shouldn't really be added at this current moment, at least. So it's a list of nobody here on this list is like 100% gonna happen at all. These are all like maybe if we can in like a different context. So I don't know. Thank you all for watching. Regardless, let me know if you like this list. And I see that there was also a thing of maybe we'll do it at the end of the year. Sure. I mean, I get content out of it, and I think it's interesting to at least look at it. You can very clearly tell that there's a Minecraft bias in the Reddit, which is fine. I mean, that makes sense. It's a Minecraft event regardless. 17 Minecrafters, 14 variety people. Almost a 50-50 split. Good job, guys. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.